But knowing this language and being confident in it, is it your need or desire? I am an eccentric person. I have very odd habits. So you come up with a client और आपका client बड़ा bland है and आप बड़े social हैं, he might not like it. The second time you meet the same person, then we don't use how do you do. Then we say, hey, how are you? And you want to show your level of formality, then you can say, may I inquire as to your profession? Assalamu alaikum again. How are you all? Do you know my name? No. Of course. Oh, thank you. My name is Mehwish Sultana and I'm a corporate English language trainer. I'm also a social worker. And as I always say it, I'm proud to be a teacher. And when I say teacher, it's about teaching kids, not just adults like you all and myself. So we are about to start with the English language, how to use it and where to use it. Most importantly, why to use it. So I was asking, should I make it all in English or should I blend it with Urdu? Gentlemen should have their vote too. All in English? Comfortable with all that? नहीं मैं थोड़ी अपनी उर्दू मिक्स करूँगी जी. Sorry. Challenge. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'll try to do that. Okay, to prove that I know how to talk in Punjabi. Okay. So मुझे background music नहीं चाहिए. I'm good without it. My question to you is, do you know that English language, is it your need? Is it your desire? Is it your wish? There are three things. So having a roof above you, is it a need or a desire? Need. Having water, access to water and food, is it need or desire? Need. Having cold drinks, chilled cold drinks, is it need or desire? Desire. So you do understand the difference between need and desire. So now let's come back to English language. Let's not say command over English language, but knowing this language and being confident in it, is it your need or desire? Need. So let's say, so yes, it can vary. It's absolutely your personal choice and would vary from person to person. So all those who believe it's just a desire and it is not a must for me, raise your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Be very open and honest. इसमें कोई शर्म वाली बात नहीं कि भाई मुझे ज़रूरत नहीं है, मेरा अच्छा काम चल रहा है, मैं दुनिया से कम्युनिकेट कर रहा हूँ, मैं खा रहा हूँ, कमा रहा हूँ, स्पेंड कर रहा हूँ, so मेरे लिए ये मस्ट नहीं है. Again, 1. So we have got more hands now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7. Okay, all those who believe to compete in this world, to excel, and to excel for my children, I need to have better command over this language. So it's not a want or a desire, it is my need. Uh-oh, you lost. So well, for most of the people, yes, it is a need. So before that you start learning this language, before that I'm sure a lot of you, as I was listening to, you know how to talk in English, right? But still, if you want to improve it, you really need to differentiate. Because if you don't need it, you wouldn't learn it with passion. Unless and until you have a drive, a cause, a strong catalyst. For example, अगर आपने बाहर के मुल्क जाना है तो आपको IELTS करना ही करना है, आपको अपनी लैंग्वेज को इम्प्रूव करना ही करना है और आपको पता है कि मैंने इस डेट तक एग्ज़ाम देना है तो आप तैयारी करेंगे. सो दैट्स द डिफरेंस. ठीक है. सो इफ़ यू थिंक कि आपके प्रोफेशनल ग्रोथ के लिए, फॉर योर प्रमोशन, फॉर बेटर जॉब्स opportunities, you need to have a better command over this language, then you will work on it. Otherwise, no. फिर एक आधा session लेके ख़त्म. Got it? So let's begin. Do you, of course you're from same company, it's a stupid question to ask, but yet I'm bound to ask. Do you know all each other?
Yes.
No, yes, no, yes, no, yes.
Actually, we are here from 3 companies. It's a group of companies, Dyson and Tyson, they are men people who don't know.
All right. So we do have people who do not know each other.
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful, actually. That's a wonderful thing to do. So these are different doors, okay? And behind each door lives a person, of course, like we have our house doors, okay? So somebody is confident, somebody's funny, somebody's generous, somebody's kind, reliable, serious, shy, sociable, eccentric, introvert, extrovert, and somebody might be bland. Out of all of these words, which word you want me to explain? How about bland? Let me start with that. Okay. अगर हम इस door को देखें, so let's talk about this one. So sharp colors, geometrical design. What do you think? What kind of a person lives behind? A shy person, a confident person, a colorful person, an artistic person? Can you tell me? Artistic, okay. What else?
Maybe social.
A social person. Why do you think a social person lives here?
Because social persons likes colors and
Social, okay, social people like colors, bright colors. Okay. And what about this one?
Funny.
Funny. Why do you think this guy is funny?
maybe it's
A kind person?
Kind person.
A kind person? A funny person? A serious, I would second that. A serious person, maybe a senior citizen, right? And do you think this person has a very colorful taste?
no.
I don't think so. So this person is bland in taste, maybe, right? So something which is not very rich in color or taste is called bland. Bland is an excellent adjective which you can use with colors, with choices, with personalities. How many of you are not wearing a bland dress? All the ladies, right? So this is a bland dress, which is not a bad thing, of course. It has an executive look in it. But so bland mean when I make things, I do not put spices in it. I no salt and no black pepper. So my curry or my dish is bland. If I offer you, you would say, "Oh gosh, it's bland. Please bring me spices." Or a lot of people like to have ketchup, spicy ketchup and mayo with their food because they find their French fries bland. So if I'm a dull and boring person, I am bland. So what do you think? Is this wall bland? No, it's not. Is the ceiling bland? To some extent, yes, right? Do you think the whole building of Qasim Ali Shah Foundation is bland? No, it is quite colorful, right? So bland is an excellent adjective which you can use for dishes, for clothes, for choices, for people and personalities, okay? Or decorations. How many of you are extroverts? Extroverts. Extroverts? Okay. You? No. Extrovert? Do you know extrovert are people who like to talk, who like to communicate, who would like to approach and they would be proactive. आप मेरे से नहीं भी बात करें तो भी मैं आपके पास आऊँगी, आपसे बात करूँगी. Yes, you don't want to talk to me, but I'm going to talk to you. So I am an extrovert person. Do you think I'm an extrovert person? Of course. Do you think I'm bland? No. Right. Okay. And what is the opposite of extrovert? Introvert. And at times we are extroverts and we are introverts. जिस चीज़ की ज़रूरत पड़ जाए. So we are ambiverts. Very good. What is eccentric? ECCEN. Eccentric. Eccentric. An eccentric person is somebody who is different from others, a bit odd, strange, has strange habits, strange eating habits, strange dressing habits, strange behavior. So, for example, when I look at this door with big flowers at front, I don't know. So I think this is an eccentric person. Can you all say the word eccentric? Eccentric. Anybody eccentric here?
No.
You're all normal. I am an eccentric person. I have very odd habits. So I do call myself eccentric. Okay? So it is not a must that eccentric people are bad. They can be very nice. They are very nice. Okay. You do know shy. How many are shy? Shy. Nah. Who's shy? Tell him. Point to your friend who's shy. Point that person out. Oh, shy. Okay. You're shy? Oh, okay, he's shy. All right. Point out your friend who's sociable. Social. Who likes to socialize. Social. Yes, his smile tells he's social. So you're social. He is social. Okay. Very good. And who's funny? Funny. Who's funny here? Point out your friend. He's funny. Nice. Right. Sir Saqib, where are you? He's funny. Okay, we'll see. So, different people. Now, why do we need all this? When you get to see a person, you should know and you should have a word for the other person before you interact with them. It is important because your body language, your facial expressions, and even your vocabulary may depend on that, right? Because we are not talking about informal communication, we are talking about formal communication also. So you come up with a client, or aapka client bada bland hai, and aap bade social hain, he might not like it. Please distance. So, and if your client is very social, very extrovert, and you're bland, so you will have to change a little. Because the person might think, aap मेरे यानी कि client में interested नहीं है, आप उसके product में interested नहीं हैं, आप उसके project में interested नहीं हैं. So, to gain their trust and their interest, you sometimes have to match others' personality. Okay? If a person is extremely eccentric, you might not be able to do that because eccentric people are odd, strange, different, very different from others. Wonderful. So, we're going to talk about introductions here. जब आप किसी को पहली दफ़ा मिलते हैं तो कौन से questions बड़े आसान हैं उनको पूछने के लिए? पहला question क्या होगा? What would be the first? So, Assalamu alaikum ji. What's your name? What would be the second question? How are you? So we are talking about strangers. You're talking about a stranger, right? बस में आपने सफ़र करना है या जहाज़ में आपकी सीट पे वो बैठ गया या बैठ गई है. Okay, what's the third thing then? हाल चाल हो गया, and then? What's your occupation? What do you do?
Where are you from?
Where? So now, where are you from? Yeah, what do you do?
What do you do?
What do you do?
Where are you from?
Where are you from? Because directly or rightly asking, what do you do? What's your occupation? I think that might offend the other person. It's always better to start with, so, where are you from? Right? And better than that, when you meet a stranger, always give your information first. Hi, this is Mehwish. If I could have your name. Good. I hope you're doing well, you're comfortable. Then, I'm from Lahore, and you? So you're giving your information, and the other person would feel more comfortable. So always give your information first, and then ask the other person. और उसके बाद क्या पूछेंगे हम? Seriously? Nah. I told you he's funny. Okay, but the other person is bland. He's introvert. So no. What else?
Hobbies.
Yes, hobbies. It's a very easy question. People do not mind. So what are your hobbies? What else?
Current circumstances regarding the country is going on.
Oh my, you would like to talk about politics? I can't say anything, it's being recorded. No. शादी पूछ लो भाई, वो बेहतर है, ये ना पूछो. So you never know it's a spy. No, I would highly recommend don't. Don't discuss religion and don't discuss political situations, no politics at all. All right, we are going to practice a few sentences. अभी आपको booklet मिलेगी जिस पे आपने क़त्अन कुछ नहीं लिखना, ना pencil से ना pen से. So what you're going to do is that you're going to look at those sentences. You're going to practice them on your own for a little while, and then we'll go to different people and talk about them. How do you do? Do you know what is the difference between how do you do and how are you? What is the difference between how do you do and how are you? Okay, so how do you do, how are you? In meaning they are same, but there is a huge difference. Yes, they're very different. How do you do is extremely formal. Ab redundant ho chuka hai, people don't use it, but still I'm telling you because it is part of the language. So how do you do is when you meet a Britisher, a very high level foreign person, formal language, and then you say, how do you do? And the answer to how do you do is, how do you do? How do you do? How do you do? How do you do? Okay, the second time you meet the same person, then we don't use how do you do. Then we say, hey, how are you? Good, thank you. How about you? Right? So the very first person you meeting, a very formal guy, what do you say? Though it is redundant now, so you don't have to, but I thought I should tell you. क्योंकि अगर आपको कोई first meeting में how do you do कह दे, कोई पहली दफ़ा आपको मिल रहा कह दे how do you do, तो आपको पता हो कि मैंने क्या कहना है? How do you do? All right, so आपने thank you नहीं कहना, I'm fine नहीं कहना. Okay, that's great. Now, nice to meet you. It's great to meet new people, right? It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Can you say the word acquaintance? Acquaintance. Acquaintance. Acquaint. It's not tense. Acquaintance. Acquaintance. Happy to make your acquaintance. Happy to make your acquaintance. Happy to make your acquaintance. अच्छा आप पता कैसे बड़ी खुशी हुई आपसे मिलके, इतना डर नहीं, बहुत खुशी हुई आपसे मिलके. Happy to make your acquaintance. Because when you say something, your body language and your facial expression should support it. ऐसे ही है जैसे आप उर्दू में कोई बात करें, अच्छी लग रही हो. No, of course not. Wow, अच्छी लग रही हो. So what is happening? Your facial expression and the right stress pattern and the rise and fall of the tone, intonation, it gives credibility to what you're saying. अच्छी लग रही हो. अच्छी लग रही हो. So which one sounds more credible? The second one, because my facial expressions are supporting my sentence. So happy to make your acquaintance.
Happy to meet your acquaintance.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
It's a pleasure meeting.
So can we say the word play? Pleasure. It's not pleasure, it's play. Pleasure. 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 So, or the answer can be likewise. And then the next question, so what do you do for a living? If you don't want to ask this thing, so what's your occupation? And if you want to make it, if it's a formal meeting and you want to show your level of formality, then you can say, may I inquire as to your profession? Can you say this sentence? May I inquire as to your profession? Rise in tone. May I inquire as to your profession? आप क्या करते हैं? Okay, right? And whatever you do, you can then talk about it. And let's look at this one. So, where are you from? I'm Mehvesh. I'm from Lahore. Where are you from? So, where's your hometown? My hometown is Lahore. Where's your hometown? Or if it is extremely so, you are now dealing with the how do you do person, happy to make your acquaintance sort of person, which is very formal. So then you would say, I hail from Lahore. Where do you hail from? So hail. So how many hails do we have? Ole wala hail, hail, Hitler wala hail, long live, and this hail. So I hail from Lahore. What about you? So this is very formal. Do you think you can use it with your colleagues? Okay, shut up. Okay, so now let's talk about hobbies. Do you have any hobbies? So, hi, my name is Mevish, blah, blah, blah. So I like to collect stamps. What are your hobbies? Always talk about yourself first. It gives credibility and trust, and then gain information. What do you like to do in your leisure time? Can we say the word leisure? Leisure. Lay's ke chips? Lays. Khaye lays? Yeah. Leisure. Play. Yeah, pleasure. Leisure. It's not leisure, okay? So do you have, what do you do in your leisure time?
I read books.
What do you do in your leisure time?
Use mobile.
What do you do? What? Say it, copy, mimic. What do you do in your leisure time? Very good. So, what are your interests? If you want to go for an easy one, what are your interests? Okay, this is my favorite. I'm a photography enthusiast. I am gardening enthusiast. I am music enthusiast. What are you enthusiast about? Cooking enthusiast. I'm eating enthusiast. I am, what are you enthusiast about? Cars. I'm cars enthusiast. Can you say the sentence? Enthusiast. Can we say the word enthusiast? Enthusiast. So, I'm cars enthusiast. Nah, so I'm cars enthusiast, right? I'm gardening enthusiast, I'm music enthusiast. So you're saying that I'm enthusiastic about something, so there should be enthusiasm in your voice and your face. Yes. I'm an avid reader. Avid का मतलब है जो आप बार-बार repeat करना चाह रहे हैं चीज़. Everything is written on the booklet once you start looking at it. So I'm an avid reader. I am an avid collector of movies. I'm an avid collector of stamps, old coins. So well, I'm an avid searcher for cars, whatever you want to do. What are you passionate about? What are you passionate about? I'm deeply passionate about social media. Why not? We all are. Yes.
Yeah, social media.
Social media. What are you passionate about?
About my dressing.
Can you say the complete sentence? I'm passionate.
I'm passionate about my dressing.
Very good. So you're a clothes enthusiast? Shopping enthusiast?
Yes.
Okay, that's not a news. All right, that's great. So now you have 3 minutes. You have 3 minutes to look at these 2 pages, try to choose your complete, set of questions, and then we are going to stand up and ask each other about them. You have strangers sitting beside you. You're going to get me information from them and give them their information. So your time starts now. Yeah, you can practice. That's a good idea. You can practice. So are you going to ask all of the questions?
No.
No, you're going to choose a few, right? One from each category, right? So how many categories do we have? What's your name? How are you? Where are you from? What are your hobbies? Aap aa jaiye. Please come. No, you can bring your booklet with you, darling. It's not a test. See, we're going to make, yes. Oh. All right. Sir, can you please come? You don't know each other, right?
Yeah.
Good. So you can bring your booklet too. And so let's start. So you're 2 strangers. So how about you start with the very first? How would you introduce? So it should come from the men, the gentleman.
I believe in ladies first.
Oh, that's why she's social. Here, please go ahead.
Okay, it's Tanzila Shafiq. Can I know your name?
My name is Adnan Mahir.
Yeah, and I'm a pharmacist by profession. Can I know your profession?
I'm also a pharmacist. How do you do?
I'm a product manager in marketing, and from the past 3 years. What's about you?
I'm also a pharmacist. I'm working in pharmaceutical industry.
In which department?
I am a product manager.
Okay.
I have a specialty in research and development and production.
And you are from which company?
I'm from Dyson Research Laboratories.
And you are serving from the home.
Okay, he has been hired. It's an HR person. It's an HR. Come on, come back, lady. Let him breathe.
Okay.
Okay, so see, this is what happens. Normally, it is absolutely the right picture that we do not tend to be so pleasant. Unfortunately, we end up being boring. We are not pleasant, we are not lively, but we should be, because we are social animals. Now, why? Because we are using English. And because it's an artificial thing for us. Right? So we are processing everything here, and that's why हमारा सारा ध्यान sentence को structure करने में है, और हमारा ध्यान हमारे facial expressions पे नहीं है. That's what you have to tally. And how would you do that? If you go slow. ठीक है? अस्सलाम वालेकुम, कैसे आप क्या करते हैं? भाई उसने आपसे कहा, how do you do? आपने बिल्कुल इग्नोर कर दिया.
Yes.
Don't do that. And again, as I said, how do you do is very formal, so let's not use that. I just wanted you to know it. But if somebody does it, somebody has used it, so your answer would be, how do you do? How do you do? Because now you're replying, I'm good, how about you, right? So should we give it a shot? Let's give another shot. So let's make it more natural. So go slow. Go slow. Job ke alawa bhi duniya mein aur kaam hai. So we talked about hobbies, the city and the other stuff. Let's start.
Where you came from?
I hear from her. And you?
I'm also from Lahore.
What is your hobby?
I'm more enthusiastic about my collecting some calligraphy stuff.
What kind of calligraphy?
It's normally the Quranic verses,
Islamic.
Islamic verses, yes.
And how do you get that kind of hobby?
Yes, I have an interest whenever I see such stuff, and I got interested in that. So that's the main reason I have somewhat tilted towards this.
Either it's by genes or
No, it's
by
not.
choice.
It's just hobbies are like you got interested in something. It's not like you have some background or something like that. I get interested in that calligraphy stuff.
All right, think. Which shoes is bland?
Yours.
You got it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was a nice try. Nice try. Nice try. All right, please come out. Yes. Please, the social person, you raised hand that I'm social. Come out. So we're going to try how to have introduction. Excuse me? Come out. Give it a shot. Seriously. I don't want to act like a teacher. You don't want to have your booklets with you? All right. Please, if you want to bring, please, most welcome. So, हम जब उर्दू में बात करते हैं, तो फ़र्ज़ करें मैं आपसे पूछ रही हूँ, सर आजकल मौसम कैसा है? सच्ची? आज अच्छा है, हाँ. It is very good. Okay, so ask me something.
What about the environment or about the...
किसी भी चीज़ के बारे में पूछिए. In general, इसकी नहीं, मैंने कुछ चीज़ और समझानी है.
ये पूछना है ना कैसी हैं आप, क्या कर रही हैं? उर्दू भी पूछना है ना? I have to ask a question from you.
हाँ, उर्दू में. उर्दू में कम्युनिकेशन करनी है आपने मैंने.
आपकी जो है वो ये हॉबीज क्या क्या है?
मैं म्यूज़िक सुनती हूँ और मुझे लोगों से मिलना और बातचीत करना पसंद है, लोगों को एक्सप्लोर करना पसंद है. आपकी हॉबीज़ क्या क्या हैं?
Mostly I like to play cricket as well as because due to the skills, analytical skills, I would like.
Do I look interested in his answer? No.
The facial expression.
No. So when you're talking to each other, मेरे नाना अब्बू कहा करते थे, ठीक है मैं एक शर्त पे कहानी सुनाऊंगा, हनकारा भरना है. Really. So you have to nod. So हम उर्दू में जब कम्युनिकेशन कर रहे होते हैं, so we do it. Right. अच्छा. है. No. We use all of such. But when we are talking in English, why are we so stiff? So what are your interests? I collect calligraphy. Why? So why not appreciate? Oh wow, sounds good. It's interesting. So we need to bring that natural flow of language and expressions on our faces when we are using this alien language. That's another art which we have to adopt. We will have to learn it. That is why we are not making ourselves comfortable with the language. So just like Urdu, when two people are communicating, they would lean forward, they would lean backward, show body language, show all sort of facial expressions, and right, haan, sahi keh rahi ho, bilkul bilkul yaar, haan. Same as with English. So just do that, right? And you will sound more natural. So should we start?
Yeah.
Yes.
Give us a scenario where we are.
In same
आप दोनों किसी वेटिंग एरिया में वेट कर रहे हैं. So now because it's a wait of 2 hours. So yeah, metro station. Okay. So you have to talk to each other. So please.
Ma'am, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Where would you going? Where are you going?
I'm going at Rose Road, near Nishad. Where are you going?
I'm going to school.
Because we are at metro station.
We got it. You carry on.
To school, my hometown. So that's why I'm in metro.
Oh,
What are you
my
doing
name is
for-
Manur. I forgot to ask your name. Can you please tell me first your name?
Simula from Atlantis Pharma.
Oh.
You are a HR manager.
Do I?
Okay. No, they were going so good. Please don't interrupt. Please carry on. Yeah. So what do you do? May I ask about your profession? Because you're talking to a lady.
I am
So,
a sales executive by profession
and
for last 1.5 years. So what about you in this field of HR for last?
bhai, HR छोड़ दो. You don't know anything about her.
Where so?
We are strangers.
Strangers, eh?
Yeah.
Yes. What about you? May I ask about your profession?
May I ask you your
Yeah,
profession?
sure, let me tell you. I'm currently working as HR manager in a pharmaceutical company. Please let me know whenever you need any type of help from me. You can get my contact also. And can I know about your profession?
I
In
am
which
also
company
in
you are working?
I am also in pharmaceutical company
Oh,
in sales department.
Ask about hobbies from the words sentences that you have learned from there.
Tell me about your hobbies.
hobbies. After working time, I really like to sleep and eat and watching dramas and movies. There are more works that I have to do that I don't want to do. But okay, what's your hobbies?
My hobbies is after working hours is playing cricket, cards, watching dramas, movies, etc. Only.
Okay, that's nice.
All right. Thank you very much. So nice. I was about to say nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you too, or likewise. Likewise. Thank you very much. Not bad. So anyone?
Assalamualaikum.
Oh,
Good to see you.
Same here.
My player.
What's your good
My name is Salman, and what's your?
Munir.
Oh, likewise. Very good to see you here.
Enjoy my.
What is your profession, my dear?
I am accountant.
Oh, very good. Myself a salesperson.
Okay, great.
I'm working in a pharmaceutical company 15 years back. Currently working in Michelson Research Laboratories.
Okay, where are you from?
I'm from Lahore. And what about you?
Me also from Lahore.
Oh, it's very player.
Okay,
It's
nice.
very coincidence, I think.
Okay.
What about your hobbies?
Me, I am just.
I'm enthusiast about.
And I am enthusiast about traveling, book reading,
Very good.
socially.
Oh, likewise, I also
Socializing.
Socializing.
I also enthusiastic about socializing like WhatsApp and Facebook. When I was free, I used to do that thing.
Okay, where are you going?
I'm going to Kasur to eat some faluda and some sort of thing or formalities.
Okay, that's great. It's very famous in the world.
No doubt in it. Kasur is renowned for about that faluda and andrasas, I think.
Oh, that's great.
And fish, Kasuri fish, yes.
And fish also.
Yes, yes. You eat that one?
Yes.
Oh.
So many times I have traveled to Kasur and I enjoyed for.
Let's go together.
Okay, why not? It's enough.
Pleasure and all that. How do you conclude?
It's nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Okay,
It was a pleasure making your acquaintance.
It was a pleasure to make a call.
That's okay. That's okay. No, that's okay. It's a pleasure to make your.
It's a pleasure to make your
acquaintance.
acquaintance.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
It's a pleasure to make acquaintance.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Yeah, and you would likewise. Thank you. That was good. See the difference? In the beginning, आपको लगा कि बड़ी overacting है, but then that's how we do it. If we do it in Punjabi, किथे? It's not किथे. क्यों? Amy? No, that's not how we use it, right? We are very loud when we are using Urdu or Punjabi because it's our language and we are very comfortable with it. So emotions जो हैं वो naturally आते हैं, and that's what we are trying to bring in English also, right? I will try to send the images because you are going to get everything in the YouTube also, of course. But I am going to try and send you the images of these sentences on WhatsApp today, so that you can practice a little more. And tomorrow, when we all join here, we would start with at least 3 to 4 new pairs, and then start with something else. Got it? Got it. Now let's talk about common mistakes that a lot of people made here. What's your hobbies? It is called subject-verb agreement. If the subject is singular, the verb has to be singular as well. He are boys is correct. He is. So हमें कौन सा helping verb लगाना है? Is. He is a boy. A lot of you people said, what's your hobbies? So what should they have said? What are your hobbies? Now we know about this thing, but because we are a bit nervous and we are using an alien language and we are in the middle of the thought process and we have ab ye bhi keh rahi hai ki haso bhi saath mein. There are too many things that we are cooking. So that's why we end up mingling the tenses, but that we need to work on this thing, right? So whenever you come up with a sentence, you must have noticed as a listener that why are they mixing tenses, right? The strong verb-subject agreement. And it says, what are your hobbies, right? Then where's you going? Where are you going? What do you do? Where are you from? So you have these structures with you. I would like you to practice with them a little. A lot of you said these phrases and I'm going to repeat them now. So there is a phrase few and then there is a phrase a few. So which one is correct? A few of us are teachers, a few of us are pharmacists, or few of us are pharmacists. Which one is correct? I have a few ideas. I have few ideas. A few ideas? Okay. I'm little confused. I am a little confused.
I am a little confused.
I am little.
So आप ये कह रहे हैं that few से पहले और little से पहले आना चाहिए है? Is that correct? Is that what you're saying? Okay, so let me tell you that both are correct. Yeah, both are correct, but they have their own reasons. Now let's see, where do we use few and a few? So, sorry?
When you have a doubt,
Mm-hmm.
then you say a few,
Mm-hmm.
something like
Uh-huh.
a few. मतलब अब clarity नहीं है, मैं मतलब confused हूँ या नहीं हूँ. I'm a few nervous. I'm a few
Okay, okay. Okay, let's see now. So first of all, let's see that if few is used with countables or not, or non-countables. So make a sentence. I have a few ideas. Few of you can go outside. So where are we using it? With countables or uncountables? I have a few ideas. A few of you look very fresh today. So we are using it with countables, things that you can count, right? Now, is used when you know that you have something in hand, because we are using which is a quantifier, one. आप quantify कर रहे हो कि एक, I have a few ideas. So you're trying to tell कि कुछ ना कुछ मेरे पास है. I have something. I'm holding on to something. I have a little hope. मैं आपको एक और जब आप यूज़ नहीं कर रहे हैं ना, so you don't, it might not be anything then. So for example, there is a patient in the hospital and doctor tells that Allah na kare, but there is little hope. And then the doctor says, there is a little hope. So what's the difference? There is little hope. There is a little hope.
Little hope means there is no hope.
No hope.
Little means
There is something. Yes, there is a little hope. There's little food in the plate, on the plate. There is a little food in the fridge. So when you use it means that you're quantifying. As an article, it is a determiner. When you use तो इसका मतलब है that कुछ ना कुछ है. A few of you have prepared it. So some of you have done it. Right? So a few and few, this is the difference. Little and very little, this is the difference. When you use you're giving hope that you have something. Because आपने कहा, एक तो है ना, कुछ तो है. Now, अगर मुझे ये यहाँ पे कहना है कि यहाँ पे कुछ लाइटें लगी हुई हैं, तो मैं कैसे कहूँगी इसको इंग्लिश में? There are some lights. There are a few lights. See, few nahi. There are a few lights. There are a few lights. There are a couple of lights. There are a couple of lights. There are a couple of lights. Do you think we have a few frames, photo frames here? Or few से ज़्यादा हैं? So काफ़ी ज़्यादा है ना? Few तो कम में आ जाता है. So ज़्यादा pictures हैं तो क्या कहूँगी मैं? A couple of भी कम है. A few, a little, a couple of means come. We are not a couple of people. We are plenty of people. There are plenty of frames on the walls. Plenty, all right? And plenty is something which can be used for countables and uncountable. So when I say there are a plenty of photographs and frames, I can count them. Plenty of people were there. And when I say there is plenty of space there and here, there's plenty of air in this room, all right? So it is for uncountable. So plenty can be used for countable and uncountable. Now let's talk about little. कि इसको हमने countable के साथ use करना है या uncountable के साथ? So few we know कि it is used for countable. क्योंकि मैं ये नहीं ना कह सकती there is a few water in the swimming pool. No. There is a little water in the swimming pool. There is a little juice in the glass. There is a little hope, right? You just need a little courage. So something which you cannot count. So for that, what we use? Little. But remember that a little, a few, a couple of. ये हम किसके लिए use कर रहे हैं जब चीज़ amount में बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं है. और अगर चीज़ amount में बहुत ज़्यादा है तो हम क्या use कर रहे हैं? Plenty of. Plenty of. Plenty of. Don't worry, we have plenty of notebooks with us. We have a plenty of pens with us. Right? वो तो booklet है ना, notepad पे लिखे. Then another word बहुत ज़्यादा के लिए है several. You must have heard it. All right? Several thoughts, several ideas, right? Several people. Okay, that's wonderful. Now, I'm going to have a recap of the tenses. So I'm going to give you a minute or two. Let's take 2. I want you to take 2 minutes और जल्दी से लिख लें या ज़हन में 6 5 to 6 sentences of your weekday routine. Your weekday routine. Either you can write it down or think about it, and then I'm going to ask a few of you to come and say it or read it out. Okay? But not more than 2 minutes. So what are we going to write? Weekday की routine. सुबह उठे ये करता हूँ, सुबह उठता हूँ, उठते साथ मोबाइल देख के फिर चाय एक नाश्ता, उसके बाद फिर गाड़ी में बैठता हूँ या ऊबर कराता हूँ, ऑफिस आ जाता हूँ, सारा दिन काम करता हूँ, सामान को सारा कुछ पैकअप करके 6 बजे घर के लिए निकल जाता हूँ. That's it. ऑफिस से निकलने तक का आपने रूटीन लिखनी है. That's it. Okay, let's have it from him first of all then. Please come at front. G.
First of all, I come up early in the morning and take break.
I couldn't get it. Can you open your mouth? Slow down. Now speak.
First of all, my routine is I wake up early in the morning and then eat breakfast, prepare for going to office.
You prepare for office?
Go to office and office to work.
Of course.
Back to my house.
So you get out of your office at what time?
Totally after come to home, my total is time spent with my family, my wife and my daughter.
Oh, that's lovely. So you spend your time with your family.
Also, it is my hobby.
To spend time with the family. That's a lovely hobby. That's a brilliant hobby. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's lovely. Anybody else? Have you written? Can you please come at front? G. You can read if you want to. I don't mind.
Okay. I wake up at 8:30 a.m. Then I eat my breakfast along with TikTok.
So you can always say, I take my breakfast, I take my meal. Instead of eat purana ho gaya hai. So we don't say, I eat my lunch, I eat my breakfast. So try to say, I take my lunch, I take my breakfast. Take, okay? I take my meal, I take my medicines at this time. Thank you. Then?
I take my breakfast along with TikTok. Then I have to prepare my mind that you have to go to office now.
Oh.
Then when I reach office, then I observe the environment of the office.
Okay.
And then I have to prepare my mind that you have to work now.
Because everybody is working? Okay. You do it every day?
Yes.
Okay.
Then in break,
During break?
During break, we take lunch with my colleagues.
We take lunch with my colleagues.
Take lunch.
I take lunch. See, this is verb, subject, verb agreement, right? I take lunch with my colleagues, okay?
And then after the office is closed, then when I go back to my room, I have my meal again. Then then I start to study.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Thank you very much. Very good. And let's have the bumblebee. Your tie and his shirt are not bland. I'm just trying to use the words. But if with this shirt he wears that tie, it would look
Funny.
eccentric. Eccentric. Yeah.
We say it's stylish look.
Eccentrically stylish. It has to be eccentric. It would be. Okay, please read.
I used to get up early in the morning around 6 a.m.
Can I stop you for a minute here?
Oh, yes.
Thank you very much. So when somebody says, I used to get up early in the morning, is that a correct sentence? No. Where do we use the term, the phrase, used to?
I intentionally talk this.
I intentionally used it or said it.
Yes.
Okay. So it's no. See, my question was to write about your routine. So we are not talking about things that you used to do. But okay, so sorry, but let's have it one more time. So start and give me the clarification.
I got up early in the morning around 6 a.m.
I get up.
I get up early in the morning around 6 a.m. Then I take my bath and then I take my breakfast. Then I get ready for office. Then I reach office around 8 a.m. And I reach office around 8 a.m. Then after spending whole day there and different activities, then I get back to my home around 5:30.
Mm-hmm.
Then almost I reach home around 6:30. That's my whole routine. Then I used to spend my time.
I spend my time, not used to.
Okay.
Because you're still doing it, right?
Yes.
Used to is used when you, koi aisi habit that was a part of your life and now you don't do it. In the past, आप कल तक भी कोई चीज़ जो आपके रूटीन का हिस्सा थी, but now you have stopped doing it and you're not using it at all. Only then you use used to, करता था, right? Okay, so then you spend time with your family. That's wonderful. Thank you very much. Did you notice which tense we have been using for the routines? Which tense is this? Present में तो बहुत सारे हैं. Which? Present simple. Please remember, whenever you're talking about your routine, do not use any other tense but present simple. But present simple. Now let's have a look at the present simple tense. Let's have a quick review of it. So this is present simple tense. She works as a teacher. I work as a pharmacist. I work in a company. I go daily. I come back home daily. I spend time with my family daily, right? I travel through Uber daily. So do you notice that I'm not adding any ed? There is no past tense in it. So this is called present simple. The most frequent use of present simple is in when you're talking about our routines, things that you have to do daily or you do daily. There we use it. So let's try to, can somebody give me the answer of this question? What time do you usually wake up in the morning? Sentence. I usually wake up at 7:30. I usually wake up at 7:30 in the morning. How often do you go to gym? I never go to gym. I never go to any gym. I used to go to a gym. Brilliant. So, anybody who does go to a gym? Okay. So, yes? Okay, but not now. Not anymore. Do you like to read books? I like to read books. Right? I read books every day. Or I like to read books. So what else are we talking? Where else are we using present simple now? Beside routine. When we are talking about our habits. So where do we use present simple now? Habits and daily routine. Okay. Let's talk about present continuous. It's very easy. I'm sure you know it. That when an action is happening in the moment of speaking, right? What am I doing? What are you doing? And yeah, and are you sleeping? Okay, just wanted to check. I thought it's better to check. All right, so things which are going on. All right, are you all working in a company? Yes. So currently I'm working. So your current situation, your current status, okay? So these days I am working with a pharmaceutical company. These days I am preparing a corporate training session. So whatever you are, whatever is in the process. Now let's try to answer these questions. So we know, what are you doing right now? No, you're actually looking at the phone. Yes. Are you enjoying the movie?
No, we are not enjoying.
Is there a movie? Are you enjoying the session?
Yes.
Liars. Okay. Is she still working on her project? Just make. No. So I don't know. So let's say कि वो काम नहीं कर रही project पे.
No,
Let's say وہ کام کر رہی ہے project پہ. Yeah, she is working. So how many tenses we have in present? Now let's talk about helping verbs. You know what is the difference between helping verbs and auxiliary verbs? What is the difference?
To make a sentence, then I'll use helping verb like ing.
Yes. Yes. Is, am, are. These are the helping verbs. We also call them auxiliary verbs, or we also call them the verbs to be. وہ لکھا ہوتا ہے نا اکثر جو ایگزامز میں, سو ایون گریڈ کلاس 8 تک کے بچے یہ پرابلم کریٹ کر رہے ہوتے ہیں. سو فل ان دا بلینکس ود دا ورب ٹو بی اینڈ دین دیر آر شی ڈیش گوئنگ ٹو اسکول اینڈ بچے ورب ٹو بی یہ کیا ہے, آئی ڈونٹ نو, دیر از نو پول, دیر از نو بینک, سو فرام ویئر آئی ہیو ٹو فل ان, سو شی از. So the teacher is actually asking that put is, am, are. What else do we have in present tense? Has, have. Absolutely correct. Have, has. For that is for perfect tense, but it is a part of present tense. So is, am, are, have, has. Very good. So let's now move. Sorry? Do and does. Do and does. Yes, absolutely correct. Present perfect tense. Something which started in the past and this very moment, اس سے ایک سیکنڈ آگے تک نہیں, this very moment it is going on. مطلب the situation is true for this very moment. So for example, have you ever been bitten by a snake? No, but so past سے لے کر اس ابھی تک کے مومنٹ تک I have never been bitten by a snake, but ابھی میں نکلوں اور خدا نہ خواستہ. So now you understand where do we use present perfect tense? آپ کے پاس سے لے کے for this current moment, what is the reality? Now let's look at the structure here. Subject, that is I, you, we, they, them, she, he, it, have or has, plus past participle. Now the very first thing for you to understand is a perfect tense is incomplete without have and has. You just cannot have a perfect tense without have and has. So I have a pen. This has a have. Is it a perfect sentence? Why?
It doesn't have past participle.
Doesn't have past participle, and also because have is being used as a main verb, possession, right? We are using have, has as helping verb, auxiliary verb, the verb to be. So let's talk about present perfect tense one more time. The experiences, the things that from the past se leke abhi tak hain. Normally, where do we use present perfect tense to talk about our experiences? ہم نے کیا ابھی تک کھایا ہے, کیا ابھی تک نہیں کھایا ہے, کیا ٹرائی کیا ہے, کیا دیکھا ہے, کیا پہنا ہے, کیا سنا ہے. Have you heard this news? No, I haven't heard this news so far. ٹھیک ہے. So the second thing, if you look at, please put it on vibration. The second thing that if you look at the structure is past participle. The question is, what is past participle? What is past participle? So we have a verb, right, which is, let's say, jump. It is a verb. Jump is the base form of the verb. اب اس کی ہم اس کو there are many ways to say it. آپ اس کو past simple بھی کہہ سکتے ہیں, ٹھیک ہے. So let's call it past simple. What is the past simple form of jump? Jumped. And the past participle form is jumped. Jump. Jumped. Visit. See. See, okay. Eat. Fly. Flown. Right. Drive. Driven. So kahin to smile, smiled, smiled. Jump, jumped, jumped. Visit, visited, visited. اور کہیں تو بالکل ہی چینج ہو گیا. right? So that is where we call them the regular verbs, which follow the pattern of adding ed when changing a present into past. Because this helps us to understand that if the action is happening in the past or in the present, right? So she sleeps, she's sleeping, she slept, or she has slept. So the verb form helps us understand when the action is happening. So now coming back to this irregular, which changed the spelling. जब हम उसको present से past में लेके जाते हैं, past simple में तो शायद ed में भी spelling change जाते हैं और past participle में भी spellings change जाते हैं. Okay. So we have to use the third form of the verb, not the second one. So if I say, yes, have you ever flown a plane? Yes, I have flew a plane. Is that correct? No. Why? I have flown a plane. So मैंने अभी तक ginger ice cream नहीं खाई, तो क्या कहूँगी मैं? Eaten ginger ice cream. वैसे मैंने खाई भी है, बहुत बदजायका होती है. Okay, मैंने अभी तक एनाकोंडा नहीं देखा है. I want you to answer now.
I have not seen anaconda.
Okay, आपने पेरिस का आईफिल टावर देखा है?
No, I have not seen Paris Eiffel Tower.
आपने बहरिया टाउन का आईफिल टावर देखा है?
Yes, I have seen.
मैंने तो वो भी नहीं देखा. अच्छा जी. क्या आपने कभी अरेबिक बोली है?
I have spoken.
Very good.
Third form.
Yes. No, I haven't.
I have not spoken.
Arabic.
Arabic.
क्या आपने कभी कुनाफा खाया है?
I have not.
Why are you helping him? Yeah.
Eaten.
इनकी जगह चेंज करती हूँ मैं. No.
No, I have not haven't eaten.
I have not eaten.
I have not eaten.
Oh, yes. No. So I have never eaten kunafa. I have never eaten kunafa. Okay. Now you girls. क्या आपने कभी अपना ड्रेस खुद खरीदा है?
Have you ever bought your dress yourself?
Yes. क्या आपने अपने spectacles कभी घुमाए हैं?
Have you ever lost your spectacles?
So have you?
No.
Really? Wow. Right. क्या आप कभी Winterland से देखा है?
No, I have not seen Winterland yet.
Yeah, but you plan to?
Yeah.
Right. Yes, I have plans too. Inshallah. All right. So we know about present perfect tense. Have you ever traveled to another country? I have traveled to another country. No, I haven't traveled to. Has he finished his homework?
Yes, he has.
He has finished his homework. How many times have you seen that movie? I have seen that. How many times have you seen Maula Jat? Not even once. I have not seen this movie even once, but my friend has seen this movie thrice. Can you imagine? Wow. All right. Now let's talk about, so we are done with present tense. It's easy and we understand it and we know that present simple is used for and have daily routines and do we add ed with it?
No.
No, we don't. Then we talked about present continuous.
Correct situation.
Now, present continuous is a bit tricky. It's not only used for what is happening right now. We are listening, you are talking, somebody's smiling. It is sometimes also used for future. When is your train leaving? Aapki train kitne baje jayegi? So we are talking about a future event. But we are using?
In present.
Right. मैं आज शाम को अपने होम टाउन जा रहा हूँ. अभी तो नहीं हो रहा ना? I'm going to my hometown tonight. My train is leaving at 11. So we are using present continuous for what? For future events. So you can do that. There is no harm. Then we talked about present perfect tense, and present perfect is past से लेकर इस current moment तक. What? Yes. And normally we use it for our experiences. Normally have you ever worked in an IT firm? No, I haven't worked in an IT firm. So, talks about your experiences. That's great. Now let's talk about present simple tense, which is used to describe completed actions or events in the past, things that we have done. Okay, कल आपने क्या खाया था lunch में?
I ate yesterday. Dal, yeah.
Lentil, okay. So which form of verb did you use? Second form. कल आप कितने बजे घर के लिए निकले थे?
I leave office.
No, हम past.
I left office at 7:30 p.m.
Very good. पिछली ईद उल अज़हा पे आपने कौन सा जानवर कुर्बान किया था? Let him. Last year. Very good. Last year. I sacrificed
a camel.
A camel. Wow. A camel. That's very good. Okay. Up. इस साल आपको ईद उल फितर पे कितनी ईदी मिली थी? Get तो present tense है. What? I got. No ईदी. इस ईद पे आपने कितनी ईदी लोगों को दी? Given कितको? Give, gave, given.
I gave 5,000.
Wow, you are a rich man. So I gave 5,000. So which form of verb are we using?
Second form.
Second form. All right. So she watched a movie last night. Where did you go on your last vacations? So मैं कहीं नहीं गया. मैं कहीं नहीं गया. I did not go anywhere. Okay. I went nowhere. Okay. मैं गया था. मैं इस्लामाबाद गया था. Okay, I went Islamabad. I visited Islamabad. Did you like the food at the restaurant?
Yes, I liked it.
I liked the food. I did not like the food. So which form are we using with did? Can we use? Is there any case where we can use did के साथ second form?
Yes.
Where? Give me an example where we can use second form with did. अभी हम कह रहे हैं I did not eat anything. I did not like the movie. I did not go anywhere. I did not receive any money on Eid. So with did, we are using the base form of verb. In what cases can we use second form with did?
Present indefinite में did के साथ first form.
Second की बात करिए, second form. No, it's just out of question. You cannot use second or third with did, right? Okay. When did they arrive at the airport?
They arrived.
They arrived. Right. Did she come late? Yes, she came late. So present simple is easy?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, past. Past continuous. Have a look. Flip, 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 flip. The past continuous tense is used to describe ongoing actions in the past. Right? What were you doing last night? The one in the mehndi color shirt. Last row. What were you doing yesterday at 8 o'clock? I was watching a movie. What were you doing in the morning today? I was working in the office. I was working in the office. What were you doing 2 hours ago?
I was driving near the road.
I was driving. What were you doing 3 hours ago? I want you to give me an answer and use past continuous.
I was completing some documents.
I was completing a few documents. What were you doing 3 days ago? Do you remember? Just make up anything.
I was sleeping.
I was not doing anything. I was wasting my time. Okay. What were you doing an hour ago?
I was coming here.
I was coming here. So, what are we using? The base form of the verb. Come, go, eat, work. And what are we adding with it? Simple. Base form plus ing. And plus, usse pehle hum kya laga rahe hain? The helping verb, the auxiliary verbs. And what else do we call it? The verb to be. And the verb to be for past tense are continuous tense, was and were. Okay. Past perfect tense. This is a bit tricky, so I want you to concentrate here. Just 10 more minutes of punishment. You will be off. Okay, just 10 more minutes of this punishment. So, the past perfect tense is used to describe an action that occurred before another action in the past. Of course, actions happen in series, or something happens and then something happens and later something happens. So when you're talking about two actions which happened in a sequence, there we use past perfect. Now let's look at an example here. This is one action. They had already eaten. And what's the second action? When I arrived. When I arrived. अगर कोई लेट आया है और उसने बताना है कि जब मैं आया तो सेशन स्टार्ट हो चुका हुआ था. When I came, when I arrived. The session had already started when I arrived, when I came. मेरे आने से पहले वो बिस्किट्स खा चुके थे जो पड़े हैं पीछे. They had before I arrived. Okay. मेरे पूछने से पहले वो सारा कुछ बता चुका था. He had given the information. He had given the information before I asked. So now let's look at the tenses here. This is a must. Have, has, had, perfect tenses में must है. वो present है, वो future है, वो past है. Which forms are we using? Past participle. Had you ever been to that city before your trip last year? Now this is tricky. I would like you to write it down. Let's try to build the structure. Keep this structure at front, okay? And try to answer this one. Write it down, darling. I want you to write it down. It would be easier. So your answer is going to start with I, right? I had visited that city before my last trip. In this last trip, there is no verb, okay? There is no verb in the second clause. Let's take them as two clauses. So, had you ever been to that city before your trip last year? Yes. I had visited. No, we're not using been at the moment. Yes, see, we are trying to follow this structure. Yes, I had visited that city before my last trip. जो मैंने पहला ट्रिप था वो मैं उससे पहले भी देख चुका हूँ उसको. It was not for the first time, right? So now can you do it? This one for me. Had she finished her work before the meeting started? Yes. She had. Right? Yes, she had finished her work. What had they decided before you joined the conversation? फर्ज करें कि उन्होंने डिसाइड किया था कि डोनेशंस नहीं देनी है. So, they not for. They had decided not to give donations or not to donate anything before I joined the conversation. Right? Okay. Let's quickly talk about the future tense. The simple future tense, of course, I will go. What will you do tomorrow in the morning? Oh, sorry. I'll come here. Oh, I forgot about it. Totally forgot about it. Okay, so what about you? What will you do tomorrow night after getting free from here?
I will go to home direct.
Oh, makes sense. Okay, after that,
I will have dinner with my family.
I will have dinner. What will you do? Which animal will you sacrifice this Eid al-Azha?
I will sacrifice a goat.
This year, okay. What will you wear this year, Eid al-Azha?
I'll wear some kind of frock.
Okay. What will you cook this Eid al-Azha?
Brain masala.
Brain masala.
I will cook the slaughtered animal.
Okay, very good. What will you wear this Eid al-Azha?
I will wear kurta.
Will you buy a new dress for this Eid al-Azha?
Yes, I will buy.
Yes, I will.
So what are we doing? What is the structure? Which form of verb are we using? First form. We are using the first form with will. So it's very simple. And what are we talking about? Our future plans. We are talking about our future plans. So the simple future tense is used to describe actions that will happen in the future, and will, base form of the verb. Okay. Continuous. Look at the difference now. I will buy a new dress. I will be buying a new dress. I will drive back to my home. I will be. I will have dinner with my family. I will slaughter a goat this year. Sacrificing is a better word. Okay. What will you do? What will you be doing this time next week?
I will be doing it more.
I will be relaxing. I will be
doing a training
I will be in
session.
the office session.
seriously. I'll be doing another training session this next year. This year, okay. Okay. Will they still be working on the project tomorrow? Yes, they will be working on this project. No, they will not be working on this project. Will she be watching TV at 8 p.m. tonight? She will not be watching. Yes, she will be watching. So it is clear, but what have we? Two things that we have added. Be and ing. And have we changed the base form of the verb? No. Study. The base form is there. See? हमने ing किसके साथ लगाया? Base form के साथ. Right? Base form plus ing. Base form is kick, smile, trick.
See, the point is base form is changed after addition of ing.
So, but that's when you teach, you say that you're just going to add ing with the base form. That's how you say. That's how it is written in the dictionary also. Yeah, the base form of the verb plus ing. Okay. Now, again, the tricky one, the perfect tense, right? So, the future perfect tense is used to describe an action that will be completed before a specific time or another action in the past. Do you remember the past perfect? When two actions are happening one after another and we are talking about them. So, subject, will have, and past participle. Isn't that interesting that we are talking about future, but which tense are we using? Past participle. Okay. By the time you arrive, क्या वो बंदा आ चुका है? अभी उसने आना है. So an event in the future, we will have finished dinner, right? By the time you arrive, we will have finished dinner. آپ اب کسی کو میسج کر رہے ہیں, کوئی کہہ رہا ہے کہ یار میں بس آدھے گھنٹے میں آتا ہوں, اور اب آپ نے اس کو یہ کہنا ہے کہ جب تک تم آؤ گے سیشن ختم ہو چکا ہوگا. سو بائی دا ٹائم our session will have finished. Then what do you want to say? Come on, say it.
Session will have been finished. No, it's a passive tense.
So why are you making it passive? Don't abhi active passive mein na jaye.
It doesn't have a subject.
Our session will have finished.
Person karega na.
Okay, so you're going in active and passive. All right, that makes sense. That makes complete sense. So we are going to do this one now, but you're going to write it down, and that would help you understand. Jaise humne pehla wala perfect kiya. If you want to write it down, it helps not on the booklet, on the notepad. Will you have finished your assignment before the deadline? I will have by what time will she have completed the task? She
have completed that task.
She has completed her task before 7.
By morning.
By tomorrow, by next weekend. She will have. Now I want you to give me a sentence on your own. I want you to give me a sentence of this structure on your own, because we missed one. So I want you people to give me a sentence for this one. Have a look at this one. And اگلے 10 منٹ تک مہوش سیشن ختم کر چکی ہوگی. She will have in the next 10 minutes. All right. So I think that we are going to struggle with the future perfect tense. Is that correct? Is that correct? Yes. Let's admit it is correct. All right. All other tenses are clear? Right. Now, you have these pads with you, right? When you come tomorrow, I want you to bring with you at least 3 sentences or 2 sentences for each tense. So which one have you done? Present simple, present continuous, present perfect, past simple, past continuous, past perfect, future simple, future continuous, future perfect. So how many tenses in together now? 9. So 9 into 3? Oh yeah, it is zyada ho gaya. 9 into 2? 18 is good. Okay? 18 is good. What else do you have to do?
We have to come.
Yes, you have to come. Do you have to come? Is it mandatory? Aap bhi na aaye, main bhi nahi aati. Let's make a deal. Just a joke. Do you have to come? Desire. Oh, that's sweet. That's very sweet. No, you also have to prepare natural introductions. Natural introductions with the sentence structures that I have provided you. If you want, she's had done a brilliant thing. You can take pictures of the very first 2 pages where we talk about player. Yeah.